And we took like 4 breaks.
Yeah, I get to the point in the question.
Yeah.
Jayla, she's gonna build it up. Build up the momentum, then answer it, and then bring you back.
Yeah, that's what she's gonna do. Everybody's phone on silencio, por favor.
Cameras are rolling.
Cameras rolling. Sound is sounding. All right.
No quitting stock arriving, is he?
Mm-mm.
Okay, good. So we're close set now.
Yeah, the door's locked.
Yeah, close that.
All right. We are here.
Yes, we are.
And I am in front of this amazingly gorgeous bombshell. Now, some of y'all may know her from Baddies. Some of y'all may know her from her Instagram. Some of y'all may seen her out and about. But the cameras do not do this woman justice.
I appreciate you.
Yes, indeed. Thank you for coming to
Thank
The
you for
Whole
having
Truth
me.
with Wes. Now, do you swear to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth so help you?
So help me God.
All right, now, I want to start from the beginning with you because I was introduced to you from TV.
Mm-hmm.
And so definitely pull it a little closer. Yes, indeed.
I don't want them to miss a thing.
So I want to start from the beginning. Where are you from? And what is your real name?
So my real name is Kendra.
Okay.
So my real name is Kendra. I'm originally from Miami, Florida.
All right.
But I did go to school in D.C. and Maryland as well.
Okay.
And I did college there for criminal justice at Trinity Washington University. And then I went back to Miami in 2018.
Okay. All right. Yes, indeed. Brothers and sisters.
Yes, I do have brothers and sisters. I have an older sister, an older brother who passed away. So April 19th made a year. And then I have 2 younger sisters and 1 younger brother.
Oh, wow.
So,
Is the
gang of us.
family like tight family structure?
It's just more so like I have my mom's side than I have my dad's side.
Got you.
I can't really say like we're all just like closely knit. But after my brother passed, then it's like everybody tries to keep close because you realize the strain that it puts on your life, losing a sibling.
Definitely, definitely. I lost my mom last year, July, and it was like my first major loss.
Right.
And so it's definitely been a roller coaster
It is.
and a journey, and it's everlasting to those of you that haven't lost a loved one or have lost a loved one. So I definitely feel you. You are a very courageous, very bold kind of personality, in my opinion. And we were introduced to you on the Zeus network, the Baddies. At least I was.
Correct.
How did we make it to Baddies? And have you done any other television before Zeus Network and Baddies?
So prior to Baddies, I was I guess, what would you consider it? Like a supporting cast on Love and Hip Hop.
Okay.
With my friend at the time. So I didn't do like green screen.
Okay.
So like Zeus was the first time that I did like confessionals and green screens and had like my own storyline.
Okay.
Whereas Love and Hip Hop, it was just more so supporting cast.
Okay.
So that was the only difference there. And how I came about being on Baddies was Natalie Nunn and I, we were friends since 2019. She and I share a mutual best friend, Brian McKinney. So when I first came back to Miami, I owned a yacht. So my business partner and I, that's what we did. We shared a yacht. We did yacht rentals. So I made a lot of connections with celebrities through doing yachts. I was Black, female, in a predominantly male industry because there's just a lot of guys and really not a lot of Black guys either. So people were drawn to me because I can kind of relate with being professional, but still being fun. So when Brian McKinney connected Natalie and I, we would hit the clubs, hang out, turn up. And then one day she got the yacht. And that's when Jayla came and a few of the other baddies. And this was right before they filmed Baddies South. So I was already in the Zeus world.
Okay.
Bobby Lights is also a friend of mine. So when he did Bobby, I Love You Per,
Yeah.
I was there for that as well. Went to his red carpet. I was always traveling and partying with Zeus, so they were familiar with me. Well, when it was time for them to go and film Baddies East, as I stated, I used to live in D.C. as well and went to school there. And filming started in D.C. And they hit me up. They're like, Sapphire, we're going to D.C., and they consider me being from there as well. So they're like, this is where you're from. It's only right that you're on there. At this point in time, my mom, she was battling with cancer. So she was like kind of coming up out of it. But they were telling me that regardless, I would still have to show up to the auditions. I'll go through the VIP line, but the people still need to see me there.
Right.
Instead of just going on. And the original date that they had, which was a Friday, I would have been able to go. Then they later changed the date to Saturday, and I believe this was around like Mother's Day. But by then, my mom was able to get visitors. So it was either go to DC for the auditions or go see my mom. I chose to go see my mom.
Of course.
So from there, I want to say about a week went by and I got a call from a producer from the network. And they were like, you know, we really want you here. And it only makes sense. And then that's when they asked me, how would I feel if they brought my partner, my friend at the time, on with me, so that way we can just come on as special guests.
Oh.
So that's how that whole thing happened. It wasn't someone went in and like I was already a part of the Zeus family. I've already had relationships with them. These were already my friends, but they still wanted to be fair by having me go through the audition process because everyone else has to. So, you know, I do give credit where it's due, because you could have very well said, no, you didn't want to. And then they would have to find another route in order to make it happen for me. Or I would have had to wait for the following season. So, you know, I let, you know, my friend at the time know, hey, this is what they're saying. She agreed, and we came on as special guest. So that's how that happened.
What made you want to be on Baddies? Because we at this moment, Baddies is got a lot going on.
It does.
We see the women pounding each other out and getting washed in the sink and getting jumped and getting snuck, all kinds of things. I look at you and I'm not saying to anybody else, but I'm like, why would you want to go on Baddies? What was it that made you want to go on Baddies?
Well, one, like I said, I was just already there. Like I was pretty much I was traveling with them. I was on the PJs with them, you know, state to state, going out the country. Like I was pretty much already there. And I seen the way that it worked. But if you watch the show, although I do fight, I still kind of bring a different flavor to the show, which is wit and comedy. So for me, like, we could argue, we could debate, we could fight if that's what it leads to. But I mean, sometimes we need some comedic relief, and that's just what I do. And then I'm gonna give the looks, you know. Some people need that. They need a little.
Definitely gonna do that.
So, you know, it worked.
Are you still in real estate? Because I had to rewatch this season, and I heard you say a couple of cute things. And so, yes, are you still in real estate?
No, I actually never got to take my test. So what happened was, I was studying to take my real estate test, to take my test to get my real estate license, my realtor license.
Okay.
And the test would have been taken I had until November to take the test. But then the end of July, we were told that we were going to Baddies East. So it was like, put the book up. Put the book up and pack my bag.
When you walk onto the scene, there's already a lot going on. Hi, my name is T is going through some issues with the women. What was going on in your mind as you're talking to her on camera? Is there anything that we did not see before you walked into I think it was go-karts or?
Yeah, I think go-kart. Oh, you taking me back. Is there, in that particular scene? Yeah. No. It's nothing that you guys missed.
Did you feel bad for her when she was explaining?
Yeah, because we didn't know what was going on, and we see her. She's so cute, you know. And she's, they tried to jump me, and it's, you know, you don't know. We have no idea what we're getting ready to walk into. But based off what she's telling us, you know, we're just not in agreement with it.
Do you think Smiley lied about her miscarriage?
I honestly couldn't tell you. I'm not sure.
There was a lot of speculation going around, and like I said, I just rewatched it back because it was, you know, some time ago. And I'm listening to all the girls, and two things come to my mind. Why do we care? And is it that big of a deal? When you think about being in that room, I think y'all were in the basement level and they were all going on and on. What was going on?
We were in New Jersey.
What was going on in your mind at that time?
Well, I think the biggest thing, aside from, you know, us walking in that scene and Hi, my name is T was saying what was going on, they were just filling us in on some of the things that we missed, because she and I came in 2 weeks after filming had already began. So a lot had taken place within those 2 weeks that we were super unaware of. But the story we just kept getting was Mariah's chain was taken. I'm trying to get my chain back. We've mended our relationship. She's still holding it over her head. So our whole goal at that point was, let's get the chain back. Like, let's just stop talking about this. So I just went in like, all right, what's the story? Let's go. I mean, I honestly didn't know anything about a miscarriage or any, that came after I did what I did when I got the chain back. So prior to, it was like, I mean, I heard you've been picking, so just come up off the chain.
There's another thing you said on screen, and I'm gonna have to pick you up on that. Did you pay your car insurance?
Of course.
So your car never got repoed?
No. So the thing about me is I'm going to say whatever comes to mind. That's just how she and I were, like, just very witty. We say things. Sometimes it's just for shock value. Sometimes it's actually just funny. So if it comes to my mind, I'm going to say it. Like,
did you think Smiley texting your ex-best friend or ex-friend, do you think that was weird? Do you think that was a reason or a cause for someone to press Smiley and figure out what was going on? Explain what your thoughts were about Smiley's text message.
Okay, so let me give you some truth here.
Okay.
I'm gonna let y'all in on just a little bit of tea.
Okay. I'm sipping.
Never too much.
Like, I'm about to sip.
So yes. So when we knew we were coming on the show, we didn't have like a tentative date yet. We just knew that was coming up. I knew nothing of who Smiley was, although later on I found out that she actually lives in Miami as well. But I had no idea who she was.
Okay.
Never seen her, what she looked like, nothing. Shortly before we knew we were going, I got a call, and it was like, oh yeah, this bitch named Smiley, she's supposed to be on the show, but she had texted my phone one day talking shit, saying, I guess Smiley and Mariah had fought at Natalie's last release party.
Okay.
Nothing to discuss more. I get the remedy for this stress, yeah.